Head lice is something that affects both male and female. It doesn't respect any gender. It affects both men and female. So today we'll be talking about head lice, what causes it, what are head lice, what causes it, and how to treat it. Hello amazing people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lolari Airline, and on this channel we talk about hairs, wigs and braids. So if you are new here, click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then the bell icon beside the subscribe button is also very important for you to click on, so you'll be the first to be notified once we make a post like this just for you. So without wasting so much of your time, let's get started on what head lice are. Head lice are tiny insects that affect the hair. It affects the hair and it starts or growing or eating your scalp. It eats your scalp and starts sucking your blood. That's why you find some people, you see them, their face is lean and all because of the head lice is sucking their blood inside. And it doesn't even show on the face. All you just notice, how do you know that you have head lice? You know that you have head lice when you start itching your scalp. Consistent itching of the scalp, then some of them can be dropping from your hair when it's already affected. You'll see like a tiny insect dropping on your clothes, or even if you touch your hair, you can pick the insect from the head. And they are not something that you should joke with at all because they suck the blood. And once they suck the blood, it affects your health in general. It's not something to joke with. Then you can ask, how do people get hair lice? Number one is having a close contact with somebody that has it. Firstly, you just notice if there's somebody around you, your neighbor, your friends around, people in school, kids get it from school most of the time. You see your classmate or something itching their scalp, or people around you itching. When you see somebody itching their scalp profusely, like uncontrollably, you will know that something is wrong somewhere. So don't move close to such people. And in the process, it can fly from one head to another if you move close to somebody that has it, or contact with the person. So if you see somebody that has is scratching hair, you have to move very far from the person. So that's how you get hair lice from. It can be from just one contact to another. I'm able to say all this because I've had my own personal experience with head lice, and it wasn't something to joke with. Because when you have head lice, you have to find the source of where the head lice is coming from. So you'll be able to treat the source. It might be from a child, it might be from an adult somewhere. You don't know where each person can get it from. So if you don't treat the source, if it's within your house, if you're noticing your child is itching, your husband or your people walking around you, somebody is itching their head, you have to treat the source so it won't be transferred from one person to another. So what happened with me was the fact that I noticed my daughter was itching. Then I was like thinking it was babies, since when they bathe, they splash water on their head and everything. So it might be because of the water and all, damp air that's causing her to itch. Not knowing that she already contacted the lice from somewhere. Then I started worrying that something was falling from my head. I'll move close to my child, close contact with my child too. She transferred it to me, even to a nanny too. So close contact with her, I got the head lice, and I started noticing the tiny insect. They're very, very tiny. So that's why you have to be careful. Because you start sensing movement in your scalp. Something will start moving, like something is walking on your scalp. That's how you notice you also have head lice. So I started noticing that something was moving and my hair was itching me. I washed my hair, I didn't get any results. Then I saw the insect coming from my hair. I thought it was one fly or something that inside or bed bug. No, it was head lice because I never experienced or know somebody has experienced it, so I didn't even take notes that much. Then I started treating this head lice. Use different products. I know it didn't still work till I started working on. I decided to check on my daughter's scalp. One day I combed her hair very, very distant, very much. Like I was seriously combing it. Then I started seeing the lice falling on my hand. There were so much. That's when I discovered that she was the source of it. So she must have gotten it from school, from one of her classmates. So that's why we need to be careful. Once you see somebody itching close to you, you have to be extra careful. So we now started treating this head lice. And I'll tell you the treatment we used that cleared everything. But there's some treatments that people use that are not so good for head lice. Like some people use camphor with kerosene, some use insecticide, and different ash methods that people use. And some of them can lead to people unaliving. Like the kerosene method and everything. So people need to be careful of all those methods. Because some people they tend to say that it works very fast, it will go in days and all. People use it and they scale through, but some people use it and it causes them harm in their health. Even people or women that are pregnant or nursing mothers should even try all those ash methods that people use. Kerosene and camphor and some other weird methods that you see people will spray insecticide on their head just to get rid of the lice, since the lice is like an insect. So they'll spray all those things to get rid of all those lice. So those things are very harmful, especially to pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pregnant women can cause your child to have jaundice, especially camphor. So you need to be extra careful and don't even spray it around kids and all. So now let's talk about the treatment. Treatment for head lice is quite simple. What can you use? You go to over the counter, you go to your pharmacist, a chemist around you. Ask the pharmacist that what product can you use for lice. They can give you different brands. Majorly they will give you anti-lice shampoo. That's medicated shampoo that will treat lice. Ensure the right anti-lice on the body for treatment of lice or for treatment of lice. Some people can recommend permethrin. Permethrin can is a brand, but there are some that are for scabies. But is the one that is 1% permethrin that you can use for lice. And also you can look for a good beauty supply store that sells um products for lice. They'll write it anti-lice shampoo, anti-lice products to treat the lice. So that's basically what I use. I got products because I didn't find the permethrin the this time. I didn't get a medicated shampoo. I used the product that is called it's from a brand that they wrote anti-lice shampoo on the body. Then we use the conditioner. Then we use the oil to treat the lice. Everything was written on it, anti-lice. So firstly, how do you treat the lice when it is on it? There's always written prescription on each of the products you buy, be it permethrin, be it what's it called, medicated shampoo for lice. And the one I use, there's always written prescription on how to use it on each of the products. The one I use, you put a shampoo on your head, you scrub it, you comb out the lice. When you even apply the product, you start combing out the lice. You see the dead lice. Some of them will fall on your palm, some of them will fall on the floor. Then when you comb it and you massage your scalp, you wear a what's it called, shower cap. But the product I used, they said between 2 to 5 minutes. Then I covered my hair with shower cap within 2 to 5 minutes. I did it for my daughter too. Then after doing that, you wash it off. Then after washing it off, you apply the conditioner, leave-in conditioner. Then you comb it out again. Wet combing helps a lot with lice. So once you comb it again, you start feeling all those dead lice coming off. Because the product is basically to kill the lice and also the eggs that the lice produce. So the product or the lice will be coming off. After that, you use the oil that the product that I use came with. Then you leave that on for like 30 minutes for it to penetrate on your scalp. Then after doing all this one, you wash them off. When you wash them off, then you would go ahead and treat it again the next 3 days. Then after that, you try again under 3 days. After 3 days, within a week, you should have done like 3 times. So that way you be very sure to know that the lice are totally gone. Then the combs you will use, I will show you now for the treatment of the lice. So this is the comb you use to treat lice, and this tiny comb. If your hair is long, you use this big comb. As you're washing, you're using this comb to comb through it to bring out every single lice that is there, plus the egg, everything to come out. Then if it's a low cut you're on, use something this very sharp. This comb, I'm sure you can see it. You comb out everything so that everything can fall off. The lice and the eggs can fall off. So you treat it like that, and every other person that is close to you should also use the treatment in order to prevent it. So it won't go from one person to another to prevent that. Another thing you should do after treating this head lice is to wash every beddings you're using, the clothes that you wore during that period, the bed sheets, the pillows, the pillowcase, everything. Wash it with warm water, so it will kill the effect of the lice. Lice cannot stay in a place that is warm, that is not warm. I mean, they need somewhere that is warm, like the scalp, to live on. So if you're not washing your beddings, they can be on your beddings. When you lie down on your bed sheet or your pillowcase, you can contact it again. That's why it's always advisable to wash your beddings once you're treating lice. As long as you're treating it, you keep on washing your beddings, you get rid of it totally. So let's be extra careful when we are doing when we see people that are itching the scalp, or some you feel that something is moving through your head. You have to be extra careful. It's something called lice, and they don't write it on the face. You have to take note of it. It's not something people really talk about because it's not something that frequently happens. It just once it happens to you, you have to treat it with immediate effect, or it can cause more harm than good. To be sucking your blood. Imagine something sucking your blood to feed on, and it's affecting you. So we need to be extra careful and watch it when we have head lice and treat it immediately with immediate effect. So that's basically it on head lice. Please be careful with your treatment. If it's not medicated treatment from the hospital or over the counter, or if you know a beauty supply store that sells product for anti-lice, don't use any other product. Don't self-recommend for yourself. Look for professionals to recommend for you. In severe cases, you can even have to barb the hair. Some doctors will recommend that you barb the person's hair so that you can treat the roots. Once you see, there's some people that their lice is very severe. Like my daughter, I had to barb her hair completely because the lice was so severe. She kept on itching despite doing the process of treatment. So if you notice that it's severe, you have to cut the hair because it's not something to joke with. So with that, we have come to the end of today's topic on head lice, the causes, and the treatment. So let's take note of all this. It's very important. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then the bell icon beside the subscribe button is also very important for you to click, so you'll be notified when we give you updates on hairs, wigs, and braids. We'll see you in the next video. We love you. Bye.